Some mad things are happening right now in the Beat London studio. We've got people making last minute decisions to sit in the bottom corner. I'm not even going to name any names. We're just enjoying ourselves here. But we have got a UK icon in the building right now. Yeah. I'm going to say West London legend. I'm going to say icon already. I'm going to say a quote. You've got great voices, particularly you. That was the first time the nation ever saw you on our television. Oritsé Williams in the building. How are you, my brother?
Wow, go on. Karim pulled up to the ends.
Come on.
First radio interview of pretty much my solo chapter.
Come on, hey, we're ready. We're ready.
So, thank you.
It's a chapter we're looking forward to. Did you recognise the quote?
Yes, I did.
And I think it was, for me, that was the first moment I ever saw you. And they were obviously Simon Cowell's words.
Yes.
When you appeared on our TV screens. I'm not sure if he's still wearing flares. Probably not. But if he probably held out all this time, he's fashionable right now. The flares are looking quite sick.
Yeah. I think I should have some flares.
I'm sitting in front of a man who's got 5 number ones, 2 Brit Awards. You've got 5 Mobos as well. I mean, these were the JLS years. I want to talk to you about the solo career, right? I remember 10 years ago, you dropped a track called Waterline, right?
Yeah, that's
featuring
right.
Pusha T. This was with Island Records. You were signed to a label. But right now, you're an independent artist.
Correct.
I feel like you're officially launching the solo career right now. What do you want to do differently or the same in your solo career compared to the previous years?
So 10 years since the group broke up, 2014, and obviously we've done a few tours in between. And I think for me, it's just being about crafting my solo sound and really discovering who I am as an artist, you know, in my own right. And to be honest with you, I arrived at a place that was pretty natural for me, which is I just went back to my roots. You know, I'm from West London, as you know, we both from West London.
I need to get my sound effects correct, but keep going.
Yeah, we're from West London. Do you know what I mean? And I've grown up in a very kind of African, Caribbean community. Like I lived in the Caribbean when I was a small boy, and I came back and forth to the UK, and I used to go to Africa for small trips, and then I lived in Africa and Nigeria as a teenager for a couple of years before I came back to the UK. So, you know, I'm very much like my life is very much centered in my culture. Yeah. And so my music then has become very much centered in my culture to the point now where I've developed a sound for myself, which I call Afro Island, which is a fusion of my culture, my experiences, and my roots.
Listen, Afro Island sounds like somewhere I want to go. It sounds like somewhere I want to go on a holiday. Like, what's the secret sauce behind the kind of name of this sound which you've coined?
The secret sauce, to be honest with you, is West London swagger. With, you know, growing up in the African Caribbean community, obviously it's very influenced by kind of like Afro beats and piano elements, tropical house elements, dance hall, you know, ragga elements. But I'm not a purist in any one of those things. I am who I am. I fuse them all together. I fuse them for my sound naturally, organically, and then obviously I want to, you know, bring you that West London swag. You know, the way that I float on records, the way that I vocalize on records. You know, I change up the verses. I don't keep the verses the same, and all of that.
Do you know what is? I don't know how many people who could sit there and say that in their kind of formative years, you lived in the Caribbean, you lived in Nigeria, and you lived in the UK all at once.
Yeah,
that's the thing. How many people? Because there's a lot of people who fuse genres together, but it feels like you have actually brought this knowledge from the places themselves.
Thank you.
I want to know, in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your kind of... So what age was it? You said it was early teens?
Yeah. So when I moved to Nigeria, I was about 15, 16 years old.
Okay, so 15, 16-year-old is probably listening to a lot of music.
Yeah.
What were you listening to at the time in Nigeria? What were you really into?
I'll be honest with you. When I went to Nigeria, like Afrobeat, what it is now, I knew was going to become crazy, like a thing, because I had never heard music like I had heard when I was in Nigeria.
Really?
Bro, I swear to you, and everybody was talented. So at lunchtime, like the kids would start making drum patterns on the table. Sorry for radio, I shouldn't be hitting the table, but but they would be making drum patterns on the table, and then suddenly there's this kind of symphony, kind of almost like this symphony of drum sounds, of percussive sounds, but all the kids started drumming. So I was just listening to everything that was around me. You know, I used to go into the villages sometimes, and people would be being able to play guitars, and there might be 2 strings attached to it, and it's out of tune. But they can make a 6 song.
They're making music.
Yeah, making music. So yeah, I was just soaking up Africa and all the music I had to offer. And then there was DSTV, MTV. I used to watch the music channels in Africa, and I used to see all the artists from around Africa. By the way, which on the weekend my video dropped on MTV Africa, MTV Base Africa, which is like amazing for me.
Hey, one of these.
Yeah.
They I'm going to be honest here. This is why we're behind as a country in the UK. Did you hear that? Yeah, in school, they're doing drum patterns. Here, the school kids. If we've got any school kid listeners, stop drawing penises on the desks in chemistry and physics. This is why we're behind.
Yeah, it's true.
These men are making music, and obviously with the rise of Amapiano as well, we've been seeing so many social media videos of the kids out there. Have you seen these choirs of kids singing in like South Africa? I know it's not direct to Nigeria and stuff, but
Africa's Africa.
Some of the creativity is crazy out there.
South Africa's incredible for talent, bro.
Like, it's actually crazy. And we know what the music is. So you said Afro Island. It's a sound
Afro
that you've
Island.
coined.
Yeah.
Now, as an individual versus part of 4, how are you feeling in terms of performances? Have you done a live performance yet as an individual?
I haven't done a live performance yet.
How are you feeling about that? That's a good question.
I'm excited because my music is all vibes. Do you know what I mean? So for me, like, I can already visualize and picture what an Oritsé Williams show is going to be like.
Come on.
It's going to be pure free vibes, like complete freedom, complete good energy, good vibes. If language is anything to go by, you know that the music is going to be very consistent to that sound. Yeah, and it's going to play, it veer to sometimes more of an Afro sound, sometimes more of an Ama sound, more of a Caribbean, West Indian sound. You know what I mean? But it's going to be pure vibes all the way through.
Okay, so in this vision, and we're at the headline show. Where is, not the first headline show, but where's the pinnacle of your headline show is going to be? Where would the dream be? Would you be abroad somewhere? Would it be Wembley? Where would it be?
Do you know where it would be? Shepherd Bush Empire.
You're joking. Hey, West London, baby.
Shepherd Bush Empire, bro. Like, growing up, I had walked past that venue all my life.
Yeah.
And I used to look up at Shepherd Bush Empire and go, one day, imagine if I could actually perform there. I remember Destiny's Child were performing there one year, and my grandmother didn't let me go to the show because she was like, I don't want you going to no Destiny's Child show. I seen them girls, you know what I mean, wearing nothing. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want my little grandson going to that show and seeing all this craziness. So, but yeah, Shepherd Bush Empire for me, man, like is would be a dream come true. But performing my own music, not like performing other people's music or music that I've done before, but literally going there and just doing a full set of my records. It just would feel so amazing to me.
That's going to be great. And you're saying, I've got another quote here, you're saying you want to get back in the studio, experience life and write songs until you have a body of work. So clearly there's a potential project in mind.
There is a project. There's
already a project in the works.
I've written so many songs. If I wanted to release an album every month for the next decade, I could. That's how much songs I have in the bag. Language, I wrote that 2 years ago.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, nobody knows. I wrote that years ago, bro. I've got so many songs in on my computer that I'm ready to go at any point in time. I'm ready to fire.
So
you know what I mean?
I'm
locked and loaded, bro.
Okay, so here's the question. What's going to make you put together that collection of tracks? What is it you're searching for in the project? So you were saying there's the fusion of sounds. We know that. How do you want to sew them together? What's the story do you want to tell, or do you not know the story you want to tell yet?
Oh, I know clearly the story I want to tell. I've spent so much time meditating and just really immersing myself in my sound, in everything that I vision coming to life from my music, that I know exactly what I want to achieve artistically with my music and how I want to represent myself. The vision is really clear, but I think it's a really great question of how do you sew those things together? How do you, what do you have in mind as an overall vision? And for me, I guess the overall vision is I am going to tell a story through my music. There's not only going to be just good vibes about, for example, language, which is love languages, which is a conversation myself and my queen we had about love languages that inspired that song. But there's also going to be me talking about, some of the adversity that I've been through, some of the pain that I've been through. I've been through some great highs, bro, and I've been through in the ground at some deep lows and everything in between, and I've managed to survive and come through all of that. And music has, not just loving friends and family, but also music has pulled me through every single situation and moment in my life, right, until we are today. So I've got music to thank for a lot. So I'm going to make sure that when I bring that music out properly, like in terms of the project, yeah, you're going to feel something.
Listen, amen. Well said. Well said there. And I think there's, like, you've lived such a unique life that I think a lot of people won't even experience that kind of spectrum of highs and lows. And I think when you're in the spotlight, people like the regular person won't even realize how, like, such a regular thing can be blown out of proportion and stuff like that. So well done. I'm looking forward to that project. But right now, we're about to play the single.
Oh boy.
So could you just please introduce it right now on the mic, and we're going to let the people know.
Oh my goodness. So I pulled up in West London with my boy Karim on the beat London 103.6 FM. This is Oritsé Williams, and this is my debut solo single, Language.
Let's do it. Nah, it was an honour having Oritsé intro that track. How you feeling, bro, hearing it played live and direct?
I'm feeling blessed, man. Like, honestly, it's crazy. Like, I'm constantly in the studio. Everybody knows I'm always in the studio, and to actually be able to intro my song for the first time on radio is like, I can't even believe this moment is even happening.
Listen, we can believe it. We can.
Okay.
Hey, listen, man. Do you want me to list out the awards again?
Okay.
do you want me to list out the awards again?
Cool.
Not everyone has this in their cabinet, bro.
I know.
Believe it. You got to believe it. You got to believe it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
We've been speaking about the solo career. I want to talk about some fun things. Just, some connects, because we obviously bumped into each other at the Mobos.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely beautiful. Did you have a good Mobos, by the way?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah. It was good.
Okay, we're looking for a nomination next year,
bro.
That's what we're looking
Is that your
for.
prediction?
It's a prediction.
Are we affirming this?
This is an official prediction. What category, though?
Ooh. I mean, do they still have...
Are you going for best track?
I'm going for...
Song of the year?
Song of the year or best solo male?
Best solo male. There you go.
Male.
You said it right here.
Have they got best solo male anymore, though?
Yeah, I think they do,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Best male. I think
best male?
Did Porter win it this year?
Yeah.
Or did he win best hip hop act?
Let's check it.
I need to brush up.
We'll find one to affirm.
The Mobos will be ashamed of me. I need to be getting these right. But I bumped into you on the red carpet, and a video blew up online. It actually blew up on my TikTok as well, that we famously went to the same primary school. We had loads of comments, people saying it's so wholesome. Big shout out to Sister Hannah. Time in the building.
Yeah.
That was the primary school that we went to, all right?
Boy.
But West London Whispers have arrived at my door.
Okay.
They've arrived at my door, and I went to London Oratory. It's a school in Fulham. And I heard that you went, and I don't even know if it's a rivalry. I wouldn't consider it a rivalry. We were talking off air, but you went to Cardinal Vaughan.
Yeah, I did.
Which was a West London school as well, similar sort of bracket. But the West London Whispers continued.
Okay.
And I heard the reason that Cardinal Vaughan were banned from playing rugby against the London Oratory involved you and one of the rugby teams which you guys played in. Apparently it all kicked off 1 year. Tell me about this. It kicked off in rugby. What went on?
I'm now really telling my secrets. Gee whiz. I'm gonna look so bad right now.
Nah. We'll get there.
Yeah. Well, listen. It was crazy. So we were on the rugby field, Cardinal Vaughan, Oratory.
So there was animosity.
There was animosity. I don't know why, but the two schools had a lot of beef, and it all kicked off on the rugby field with the bigger boys. Right. I was one of the youngers, but little me ran on the field. Right. And I was there defending my boys, throwing shots, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just throwing shots, I was getting licks, do you know what I mean? Left, right, centre, I was in the scrum, all these big boys were just going out. Then one of the bigger guys just kind of grabbed me up to protect me and said, no, Oritsé, like, threw me out of the scrum situation. Yeah. But yeah, it was crazy. And we all, I got banned from rugby for that. You
got banned? Hold on, yeah, so I got my source is what I got. My sources tell me you were the instigator.
No, I wasn't the instigator.
They were saying you ran onto the pitch.
I ran onto the pitch.
So my source is wrong. It wasn't just you, it was loads of people.
It was loads of people.
And it all went off.
No, me and a couple of my boys, we ran on. Like my brethren, Nolly, he's from Northwest London. He's from around here, Harsden. Big up, Nolly. Yeah. And a couple of us ran on to basically back the fellas. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But
you got to be honest.
At that time, 100%. You know what I mean? But I never... Whoever told you I instigated that thing. That thing.
Apologies.
I said
stopped it. Yeah, he did shush. It's true.
Right. Whoever told you I instigated that thing, I never instigated that thing. I was just backing the fellas.
Listen, you heard it here first that he's backing the fellas. Did you enjoy playing rugby? Because to be honest, I feel like we went to schools where like we were almost trying to be private schools and therefore rugby was the primary sport.
Correct, yeah.
And we never got to kick ball in school or play football. Did you enjoy rugby or did you grow to love it?
I grew to love it. I mean, to be honest with you, like I'm really like martial artist.
Is it?
Yeah. So martial arts is my thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that became my thing. But I was doing like karate like during the time I was going to school, and basically I kind of got handled by a bully, and then I changed my martial art to Muay Thai boxing,
which is more the aggressor.
Which is more
teach us a bit.
Yeah, it's Thai boxing, so it's just more practical fighting style. So in terms of self-defense, you know, if you on the road, it's a hand-to-hand combat situation, way more effective than karate. You know, it obviously involves a number of different kind of skills. And big up Kettles, that's my martial arts club. Alan Kettles is my trainer, sensei for years. Dizzy goes to my club as well.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Ross. And so like I love self-defense, especially I feel like, you know, in the time that we live in, like knowing some level of self-defense, one is good for just for the knowledge, but also for the mind, body and soul. Like it does so much for your mental health. Do you know what I mean? I can't even explain to you, man.
I mean, you've been asked to be a mental health ambassador by the Commonwealth, if I'm not mistaken.
For the Commonwealth, I've been asked to be a Young Carers Ambassador.
Yeah.
So I'm now the official Commonwealth Young Carers Ambassador. But I do a lot of work in mental health and you know, trying to support people who are suffering with struggling mental health.
Yeah. I hear that, bro. Well done, man. Well done. Because I can only imagine how busy you are. So it's one of those things. So it's nice that you're actually taking time and you're doing that sort of stuff. And hey, it's no mean feat to be asked to be an ambassador for Young Carers as well.
Appreciate that.
So we've confirmed, number one, that rugby wasn't our primary sport. Number two, we're backing the boys.
Yeah, we're backing the boys.
We were backing the boys, and it was that simple.
Yeah.
And number three, you were banned from rugby forever.
Yeah.
So you know, at what age did this happen? So you couldn't go for how long?
Yeah, I couldn't. No, I wasn't forever because they needed me on that team.
Hey, listen.
So, but I was banned. Yeah, I was banned for a couple, maybe about a month or two. Like I was Saturday detention and all of that. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't a bad kid. I just stood up for the people around me, and I've always been someone to stand up for the people I love, stand up for myself, stand up for injustice.
Come on.
I don't really take people trying to put people down too lightly. In fact, I just eject. Do you know what I mean? From a situation, I
like that. I haven't heard that phrasing before. Eject.
Yeah, I just eject from a situation. If it's bad vibes and people are being disrespectful, I just eject from the situation, because to be honest, I've experienced so much in my life, and I've been through so much in my life that for me it's now no longer worth engaging in negative energy. You understand what I'm saying? I just let people, if they want to swim in that, they swim in that, and I just keep it on a positive vibe always.
No, I hear that, bro.
I mean?
And I actually think it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time,
it's a waste of time having that kind of negative around you, that negativity around you. I can't even get my words out. Excuse me. I wanted to ask you as well, your former manager, Louis Walsh. Have you been watching Celebrity Big Brother?
I have been.
Talk to me about this, because all I see on Twitter and TikTok is that grumpy old man.
Louis is hilarious, man. I actually did a video, I might show tonight, I don't know, that I was asked by his manager to do a video for him to, you know, big him up, you know, for the finals. But yeah, Louis is actually a really beautiful guy. Like, the way he is on TV, I understand. But like, even when me and the group, when we were in the show and we were like in the bottom two or whatever else, Louis actually cried tears for us. Like, he feels it closely when he wants someone to do well. So even with one of the contestants, Marish, what was the other contestant in the Big Brother house? One of the other contestants, he really wanted her to win, and he looked really upset that she never, you know, that she got sent home like this week. So he's actually a really beautiful guy, man. To be honest,
he's like, do you know, like, I think it was that the first minute. I don't know if you saw that clip where he walked into the house.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's my bed." Have you seen that?
That's what he's like.
See, but like, I could see why other people would be like, because you've told a beautiful story about him there. Yeah. But I can see what other people would be like, allow me, bro. I'm just sitting on the bed. Like, I'm just sitting there. That's like they're swimming in negative energy.
Yeah, exactly.
We just spoke about that's so joke. Exactly. But yeah, so you filmed the message for the final, and we don't know if he's won or not.
No, I have no idea.
We have no idea. Yeah, that's not an exclusive we're dropping here.
No, not at all. It would crack me up if he did win. It would make me laugh.
It wouldn't surprise you. You're saying he's got an electric personality.
Yeah, he's funny as well.
And how are the boys? Are you still in contact with the JLS boys? And are they supporting the solo career?
Yeah, man.
How are they feeling about it?
I mean, you know, everyone's doing their own things, and you know, it's one of those things whereby, you know, we go and we're touring. We're touring
Yeah.
every now and again, and we're doing shows every now and again, and celebrating our hits and celebrating good times that we've had, you know. And yeah, man, we just keep it there. Do you know what I mean?
You guys, like I said, we mentioned the quote at the very beginning. You've got great voices, particularly. I think from that first moment where you personally came on our television screens and your three colleagues, it was just like you guys won the hearts over immediately. Like, you've been likable in the nation's eye for like decades. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, and it's sweet to hear that you guys are still speaking. I guess teenage Karim wants to ask you guys a question, yeah, which is the JLS condoms.
Oh my gosh. Karim, man, you're really lighting me up today.
Hey, listen, I've got to ask you. I want to laugh so much because I used to laugh so much. Yeah. It's so funny to have your own condom. Number one, did you ever use the one which was branded by?
Come on, bro. We you know, it was all about safe sex, that campaign. It was about sexual health. So it was more of about, the campaign was very much about a charitable movement, actually.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we were young guys, so we thought, you know what, it would be good if, you know, 4 young guys were able to front something like this and promote, you know, positive sexual health.
Bro, it was. No, you're looking at me like you're lighting me up. I would love my own condom thing. I'm not even joking. It would be so funny.
And, you know, I can't help but look at the name of the of the radio station.
We're talking about condoms on the beat.
Yeah, you said it.
We're talking about.
I don't want to say it. You said it.
We can say it.
Okay.
We can say it. I don't think Ofcom's taking us down for that. We're just saying, we're talking about safe sex and we're talking about the name of the station.
There we go.
Okay.
Say no more.
That's all we're saying.
I'm not involved.
No, it was a cool thing. And bro, we got 5 minutes left to the interview, man. Honestly, you got a great way about you and stuff like that. What are the next plans now? Coming next. So the solo creator immediate. So we've heard that the project's cooking, but like in the next few months, what are we going to be seeing in this solo creator? Are you in the studio?
Bro, I live in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm in the studio 24/7. Literally. Bro, I got some amazing music, man. I'm working with some great producers, writers. I want to big up like IO Beats, you know, he's freaking a musical genius.
Yeah.
I want to big up like Hypertone, man. Like, I want to big up, you know, IVD, you know, Stylo G. Like, there's so many people I want to big up. Scion. Like, there's so many people that I want to big up that I work with. C Beats. Because without these producers and these writers who are phenomenally talented and actually really good friends of mine, and I just look at them like family now. That when we're just family, that
it's love.
It's love, bro. Like, we just make music together and it's just vibes. Like, it's not like some sort of corporate situation or some like back in the day, like when I was with a major label. Like, okay, now you're going to the studio and now you've got the writer and you've got the producer and now you're gonna make. Nah, bro. Like, I just pull up. We eat some food. We drink some drink. We talk about life and we make music.
So that is beautiful. And you just said the one thing I wanted to end this interview with. So I love asking people about their studio habits. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's your number one food in studio? What's your number one drink in the studio? And what footwear do you wear in the studio?
Oh boy.
Okay. So what's your favorite food to have when you're in a studio session?
Put me on blast. My favorite food is definitely jerk chicken.
Come on.
Yeah, 100%.
That's nice. You're making good music when you're eating jerk chicken.
Yeah, 100%.
That one's guaranteed.
I introduced a friend of mine who's a producer, writer out of LA to jerk chicken when he came to London, and every single day in the studio, he ate Jamaican cuisine every damn day.
Come on.
After that, so yeah, jerk chicken.
Jerk chicken's logged in as the food.
Yeah. Drink. Whew, I like. Do you know like coconut water?
Of course.
Yeah. So coconut water. Like, I'll get a big box of coconut water and back that for the whole day.
Hey, this is sounding like dinner. No? The studio session. I'm enjoying this. Hey, you got good taste, my boy. And then, how comfortable do you get with footwear? Do you stick with drip? Are we in slippers? Are we in sliders? Are we barefoot in the studio?
So I was going drip like all the way, like, you know, and like, you know, I like, you know, once I've got my fit on, I like holding it, you know, down. But do you know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I started working with like I said, a producer called IO Beats.
Yeah.
And his place was so comfortable that after like 2 days in the writing camp, and I see him coming through like just in his socks, just chilling. I'm like, do you know what? I need some of that comfy vibes, man. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna kick off my trainers. I'm gonna just rock my socks in the studio, and you know, yeah, man, this is cozy, man. I like this. My feet feel free, man. I like it.
Listen, because I never used to be a no shoes sort of guy, but when you see other people doing it,
you feel more comfortable.
like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
And the problem is, I can't bring my socks with the holes in them, and I need to start upping my sock game. I start wearing like expensive socks, and it gets a bit out of hand.
Bro, dash them socks with holes in, bro. Dash them socks, bro.
Hey, listen, my mum's listening right now. She knows exactly what you're talking about. But, bro, it's been an absolute pleasure. I just want to say thank you at the end of this interview, because like you said, you came to the beat for the first interview. It was a pleasure chatting to you on the Mobos for 1 minute. It's been even more of a pleasure chatting to you now for 30 minutes on the beat London. And I just want to say the door's always open, but I want to give you 1 minute now for one final message to the Beat London listeners. Anything you want to say, take it away.
Yeah, I just want to send all my love to all the fans, everybody that's been supporting me in this solo chapter. It means the world to me. And Language has done so far crazy, like over 100,000 views on YouTube in 3 days since the record dropped. The support from everybody everywhere is just amazing, and I think people can really feel that this means so much to me. You know, I'm authentically being myself now. You know, what you saw for years was a side of me, but now I'm just completely unfiltered and completely unapologetic. I'm kind of in my male bad gallery era. So
you know what? I think that's the best way to sum it up. I'm in my male bad gal
my mandem bad gallery era.
The boy.
Yeah, do you understand?
Oritsé Williams right here on the Beat London's Drive Time Show. Go stream that single. It's a banging single. You just heard it now. It's called Language. The video is amazing as well. Oritsé, my boy. Thank you so much, brother.
Karim, nice.